Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is 9 minutes with me. We're brought to you by the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Make sure you join me on November 3rd for a college football Syracuse, Wake Forest, and Breeders' Cup watch party. It's going to be a great time. They're going to have free cheese pizza for everybody, $2 can specials, swag and prizes to win as well. Get there to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Also, we are brought to you by Axe Exotic Pets, Welch & Company Jewelers, and the official golf course of the ML Sports Platter, which is, of course, Timber Banks Golf Club. I've got 3 games to focus in on this weekend in the National Football League for Week 2. I thought last night's Thursday Nighter was pretty fun between the Ravens and the Bengals. The Ravens coming back, and I thought, both of those teams were, going right at it, right to the end. For me, though, for my money this week, I got 3, okay? I got 3 games right here that I'm going to be paying attention to. Even though I'm going to be at the Bills game, these are the 3 games I think that are really the ones to watch. The first one, I've got Chiefs and Steelers. I mean, this is a huge game when you think about it. Week 2 implications. Kansas City looked amazing in Week 1, beating San Diego. Can we see Patrick Mahomes basically repeat it? This is really when quarterbacks, young quarterbacks who finally get the keys to the kingdom, this is when we find out really early how good they really are, right? Like if Mahomes just completely shits the bed this week, we'll be like, okay, well, it's going to be a whole year of growing pains, right? Because he's just, it's going to be a pendulum. He's going to be up and down all year. If he goes out and plays really well again, you might start buying into the Chiefs a little bit here. I know Andy Reid, nice regular season coach and pretty bad in the postseason. But this team has a lot of weapons. I mean, the Chiefs really did it the smart way if you think about it. They had him groom under Alex Smith. Patrick Mahomes has Tyreek Hill. He's got Travis Kelce. He's got Kareem Hunt. He's got one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. This team is built around him, unlike a lot of other young quarterbacks. I don't care how good you are. You eventually got to have somebody to help you out. You got to have offensive linemen. You got to have some kind of semblance of a defense. You got to have weapons, and Patrick Mahomes has plenty on that Chief team. On the other side of it, Pittsburgh Steelers, they couldn't close the door against Cleveland in Week 1. Really concerning. Remember, they were up in that game. A lot of people talk about the Browns, tying it, and this. The Steelers should have closed that game. I mean, they were up 14 points late in that game. You've got to win that game. You've got to win those games in the division. Instead, they tie. What happens if the Steelers lose this week? Now, all of a sudden, you're going to be 0-1-1. They're going to be starting to bark about Tomlin. What about Big Ben? And this Le'Veon Bell thing right now is amazing. I understand a lot of the people who say, well, geez, you got to get paid and you got to, do what's, you got to prove your worth, and the Steelers should have paid him and all the rest of it. I heard Terry Bradshaw go the other way with it yesterday. He said, this guy just show up in camp. I mean, or show up at practice. Go to the games. I mean, come on, get over yourself here. What's amazing to me with Le'Veon Bell, though, is he has such a hard time that they haven't given him a contract. Do you know who the highest paid player in the National Football League is right now? A player who's been franchise tagged not once, but multiple times, Kirk Cousins. Hello, Le'Veon Bell will end up getting paid, franchise tag or not, whether he likes it or not. He's going to end up getting paid. The question becomes how soon before he shows up to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's the first game I've got to pay attention to. A lot riding on that one, in my opinion, between the Chiefs and the Steelers. My second game to watch is the replay of the AFC title game between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is down in Florida. Are the Jaguars ready for this moment early in the season? I tell you right now, I mean, I've got the Patriots going back to the freaking Super Bowl again. I just don't see anybody, getting in the way of this team. And again, you've got to get home field advantage if you're going to have a shot against New England. This is one of those type of games. Early in the year, if Jacksonville can win it, you start 2-0. You build on a lot. Again, the thing that's keeping Jacksonville from being a championship outfit is the quarterback. I'm sorry. Some people out there last year saw a lot with Blake Bortles, and he's the guy. All he has to do is manage the game. And say, listen, there's only been 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the history of football, okay, who have managed the game, okay? Trent Dilfer was one. Brad Johnson wasn't even really a game manager. He did a lot more than people think on that Super Bowl Buccaneer team. I mean, let's be honest. What about the NFC Championship Bears team that lost to the Colts in 2006 when you had Rex Grossman? I mean, how many times can we really look at it and go, well, You got a game manager. Come on, man. Usually, quarterbacks are Peyton Manning, right? Big Ben, Brady, Breeze, Bradshaw, Staubach, Bart Starr, Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana, Steve Young. I mean, come on. This is game managing and all that sort of thing. I think it's blown out of proportion way too much. I think Blake Bortles holds the Jags back. I really do. I think if this guy could play a little bit more elite, this team might win a Super Bowl. I mean, that roster is really good from beginning to end. And I got to be honest, I mean, that defense hits you in the mouth, and they are all over the freaking football. So look forward to the Pats and Jags. By the way, I will pick, because it's the NFL and it's weird and it's wild, I will pick the Steelers at home over the Chiefs, and I will take the Patriots on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars close. I think these games will probably be about touchdown games. Again, though, Jacksonville's defense going up against Tom Brady. What do you do if you're Bill Belichick? What do you do if you're Josh McDaniels? I think it's very easy to just spread the field out and let Tom Brady dink and dunk and do what he does best. And by the way, I think Brady's arm is underrated. I think a lot of people talk a lot about the dinking and dunking in the system and all the rest of it. Tom Brady's arm is underrated. It's way stronger than he gets credit for. My third game to watch is going to be in Atlanta. And this is between the Panthers and the Falcons. And in what I view as a real must-win for Atlanta, too. I mean, that's kind of why I picked these three games. If there's ever a must-win in Week 2, these are the three must-win situations, I think, for most of these teams. And it's no different for Atlanta. In fact, this might be the most important game for any team this week, considering, again, they lost Week 1, opportunity to set the tone against the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football, beat the Super Bowl champs, go into their place, yada, yada. But in typical Dan Quinn form, in typical Matt Ryan form, in typical Atlanta Falcon form, they could not execute when it mattered. And so when I look at this, the Falcons at home, divisional opponent, they have got to figure it out this week. They've got to get into the end zone. They've got to convert. You cannot waste great games, from Julio Jones. It's just the Atlanta's got to win this game. On the other side of it, you look at a Carolina team that I don't know how impressed I am with this team. From Week 1, the Panthers are a very difficult team for me to figure out because it starts with a quarterback, with Cam Newton. And if Luke Kuechly isn't healthy on the defense, he's the heart and soul. That might be the last concussion that guy can take. The poor guy got hurt again last week. But the thing is, Carolina, they played a really, really weak, shitty Dallas team. I can never read the Panthers. I know they just made a Super Bowl recently, but I can never read the Panthers. And most of it is because of the quarterback. I'll take Atlanta in this game by 10. I'll take the Pats on the road by a touchdown against the Jaguars. And I'll take the Steelers close against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, thanks for watching 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley here on Facebook, IGTV, and YouTube. We are brought to you by Rosie's Corner in Brewerton. Listen, this weekend, listen to the football specials. You order tomorrow for your college football Saturday and Syracuse game, you get a free 2-liter of orange soda with any pizza wing combo. And as far as Sunday goes, listen to this. $40 gets you a large one-topping pizza, 24 wings, a large chef salad, and a 2-liter bottle of soda. That's one of the best football deals you'll ever hear. Get to Rosie's Corner in Brewerton. We're also brought to you by your State Farm agent, Matt Graham. Get a free rate quote today. He'll help you home, auto, business loan, and more throughout the state of New York. And we're also brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers, Bryant and Stratton College, and Brian Comboy of Mass Mutual, New York State. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L. Sports. You can download my podcast, the ML Sports Platter, on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play Music. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy all the football. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.